Hello, Tom Lavecchia here with the latest edition of the Armchair NBA. This is going to be the third and final installation of Mob Genre Shows Ranked. If you haven't seen the previous two, just go back a few episodes, part two and part one, and this is the third and final installation. So first up, in our boss, underboss, capo, soldier, family ranking. First mob genre show up is Stephen Guillen. Stephen Guillen, as I understand, is a former criminal. He now has, I believe, some type of a marketing or media firm, somewhat similar to what I do. And he just has some great guests, knows what he's doing. He has legitimacy because he has that type of background. I believe he served some time in prison. I think he was somewhat of a gangster himself, or at least somewhat involved with crime. So it gives a unique perspective. Love the accent. I am going to put Stephen Guillen in at soldier level. We can hereby prick his finger. Now, next up is Larry Lawton. Larry Lawton's interesting. Ex-jewel thief with alleged ties to the Gambino crime family. Was not an informant, does not talk about anybody current or anybody in terms of jamming anybody up. Very YouTube-ish, very lighthearted. He's a good guy, changed his life around, has well over 1.4 million subs. Yes, 1.4 million subs. Now, he kind of dabbles in other areas. So he does some mob content, which I thought was pretty strong. Also does pretty well known, I think, in the prison community, just overall crime community, but just too big to be ignored. I have to put him at the underboss status. Okay. Next is Bloodletters and Bad Men. This is one that I kept getting emails, texts, even calls saying, hey, man, I know you did some ranks. You need to check these guys out. They do some very interesting content. Although I don't think it's 100% organized crime, it's very strong in organized crime. These guys know what they're doing. I think they're just north of 100,000 subs, Bloodletters and Bad Men. And I'm actually going to put them at boss status. Yes, boss status. Next up, although RJ Roger is partnered with Mikey Scarza, No Excuses. His library is still out there. He has some really good content. One of his videos has over 200,000 views. RJ is a class act. Hopefully he'll kind of either go back to it or maybe start a new channel separate from Mikey. I like hearing his take on things. I had him on my show a few times, some of the best shows I've ever done. And we not only talk mob stuff, but we could also talk business. I like people that are well-rounded and are able to talk stuff about stuff, not just mob content. I put him at capo status. Came across this one, kind of like it, criminal underworld compilation. Guy's a researcher, does these shorts, gave some pretty good content. I highly recommend it. Check it out. It's the criminal underworld compilation. And in terms of ranking, wouldn't prick the finger yet. I would put in at the associate position. If you haven't seen it yet, this one I really like. He was on my show, Gary Jenkins, and he has a Gangland Wire podcast. He was a former OC cop captain out of Kansas City. I don't know about you guys, but I like to hear and see what I can from other cities. I always get crap when I say this, but secondary cities in terms of the mob, the KC mob always kind of fascinated me because I kind of had the hook within Las Vegas. I guess at this point, there's some remnants left, and then most likely report to the outfit. Big fan of Gary as a person. He's a gentleman. He keeps it classy and just as an all-around solid guy. I put him at capo status. Just a strong show, consistent, solid. Not a lot of bells and whistles, just good quality content, not too commercial. Next up is Deep Cover with Joe Pistone, the real Donnie Brasco. Very well done with Leo Rossi. I've been in touch with them. I'm trying to get them on the show. I would love to get Joe Pistone and Ramona together to talk. That'd be interesting show. I don't know if I can make that happen. That might be asking a little too much, but I'm working on that. But Deep Cover with Joe Pistone, the real Donnie Brasco. Good show. I like it. I'm going to have to put it at an associate level. Not that it's not well produced, not that it's not a great show. I like the inside part of it. They do show some audio tapes, which were pretty cool. Leo Rossi does a fantastic job. I'm keeping it at the associate level, not ready to prick the finger, only because it's a it's a periodic piece, and we kind of know the story, so it's not like uber profound. So if you're really into that, Bananos, post Galante, pre Messino, I think it's a good fit, but it's a little limited, so I give it an associate level. I wanted to mix it up a little bit. I want to include Police Off the Cuff, a good group of ex-cops, share some stories. It's not just around the mob, but these guys put together a really nice show. When they do cover mob they cover the content, they cover their investigations. Good quality guys, servicemen, if you will, and just check them out. I put them in at associate level. If they focus a little bit more, maybe more strictly to mob content, I would say these guys would be good at soldier level. Not ready to prick the finger, but very good job there. Second to last, we got Mob Facts, which does an excellent job at finding videos that are otherwise hard to find and post them. The views are there. Just very well done. Just does a really, really nice job. The only knock is there's not any original content. Not interviews, kind of holding it back a little bit, but it just does what it does. It blocks and tackles. It gives you the videos that you normally can't find, and does a really nice job. I'm going to give Mob Facts capo status. Last up is Mob Fireside Chat. This is no accident. These are the folks that run the New York, I believe, the NewYorkMafia.com. Forgive me if that's not the correct URL, which offers a paid subscription, which I encourage you to check out. But Lisa Babick does a really, really nice job on the editing, really nice job on the voiceover, and the stories and well researched on Mob Fireside Chat. I have them at boss status. Just really nice job. They do a good job. I highly recommend them. And this should be the final ranking of mob genre shows.